Hey everybody, and welcome to Weeaboo Wednesday. It's been a whole week since I've done this, and I feel like I've said this before. But no, seriously, welcome. I don't have a lot of news this week, but I do want to go over a couple things, so let's begin. Doraemon Story of Seasons just got another trailer, and it's a 3-minute long video. I talked about this in a previous Weeaboo Wednesday, and I'm actually really excited about this because I love Harvest Moon, and if you know, Story of Seasons is basically the new Harvest Moon because the people over at Natsume are making really bad Harvest Moon games under that name, whereas the actual developers that would make those games are now working at a different company making the Story of Seasons games. And of course, who doesn't love Doraemon? Doraemon's a huge icon in Japan, so bringing this together with an already successful franchise seems pretty interesting. You can only play the same game so many times before it gets a bit stale, so maybe this will be the spin that it needs to attract new players. In the video, we get to see the main character that you play as fishing and collecting crops, watering them, helping animals, tending to his farm, and even riding horses in a race. There's plenty of talking to townspeople and attending events, and lots of Japanese text that I did not have the time to translate. But either way, the game looks really cool. The only thing that I could see being a problem is since you're playing as a young boy, they may cut out some of the romance aspects from Harvest Moon in the past. Which is fine, I guess I don't need to be able to e-date one of the characters in the game, but it is a nice addition to the original, so it's gonna feel a little weird without that. But I could be wrong, they could do some sort of weird friendship system. I haven't looked too much into it, and a lot of the data is in Japanese, so it's kind of hard to go through it all. Another really cool thing about this is that they're using 3D character models, but almost all of the environments look like they're hand-drawn. It's all 2D animation on all of the environments, and it looks absolutely beautiful. They're using anime scenes as the movie scenes that you would have in the game, but man, the actual animation on the environment, like the water rushing up from the beach, the leaves falling, and stuff like that, it looks gorgeous. It's so weird to see hand-drawn styles in a game in 2019. It's really sad to say, but man, it's a nice, fresh look for something like this. Brings a lot more charm to the game. We talked about the film Kingdom before, and it has finally grossed 5 billion yen. The opening weekend saw it sell more than 500,000 tickets, and it earned 690 million yen in that opening weekend. I said that Sony wanted to make 4 billion yen off the entire thing when everything was said and done. That was when they were announcing that they were going to open it in the United States. They've gone well beyond that 4 billion, so congrats. Studio Ghibli will be opening theme parks. And if you know anything about Hayao Miyazaki and the themes of all of his movies, you'll understand that he's quite an environmentalist. That being said, the construction team is planning to avoid felling trees whenever necessary. I'm not sure how possible that will be, but with the money that Ghibli has, I'm sure they could figure it out. They recently released a logo for the theme parks. It's a very woodsy themed, a bunch of logs with mushrooms and stuff coming off of it. And evidently this was drawn quite some time ago by Miyazaki himself. Well, at least the Ghibli part. Toshio Suzuki has said that he tried to copy Miyazaki as much as possible when recreating the logo and adding park to it. Now they're going to be opening multiple theme parks throughout Japan. And with there being so many sites, there's also a lot of different construction plans to get these things underway. I don't expect to see an actual theme park open by at least 2023 at earliest. But who knows, they could surprise us. Hashtag daily update until final episode broadcast. That's the hashtag being used by Wit Studio animators as they make daily posts where they draw characters from Attack on Titan and release them on Twitter. This one's actually really sad to me. If you watched my previous Weeaboo Wednesdays, you'll understand that Wit Studio will no longer be the animation studio handling Attack on Titan. That being said, they have been drawing pictures of Mikasa and Eren and Armin and all the guys from Attack on Titan daily and posting them on Twitter. These are being done by animators of the show, and when you really think about it, it's actually kind of sad. I haven't followed Attack on Titan past the first season. I started the second season, but basically, there was so much lapse that I didn't really keep up. I wasn't as interested after it took so long for them to start it back up. But man, if Attack on Titan did not take the United States by storm, people were not ready for that anime. People are still absolutely crazy for the show. And to think that it could be up in limbo with there being a new animation studio is really weird. But to have something as melancholy as drawings being done of the characters with posts saying, "These are our updates until the day that we no longer work on this show," that's just sad. Either way, the drawings are fantastic, so if you want to see them, go to Twitter. I'll post a couple of them in the video. Aya Hirano is holding her first concerts in 4 years. That's right, Aya Hirano, one of the very legends of J-pop, is actually going to be touring, I suppose, during the summer. Aichi, Tokyo, Kanagawa, and Osaka all have shows planned in August. She'll be playing her own original music, theater music, as well as, of course, anime music that she's made along the years. But man, that's crazy to think that she hasn't held a concert in 4 years. I actually saw Aya Hirano back at Otakon years ago, which was a really big deal to me. She's definitely one of the pop stars that actually got me more into J-pop. I do love her music, and man, I would love to go see her in concert again, but some of those stadium concerts in Japan are just on a whole other level from what I'm used to. Godzilla actor Haruo Nakajima is being honored in a current promotion being held by Boss Coffee. This one makes me really, really happy because I absolutely love Godzilla. That being said, many people don't understand the story of Haruo Nakajima. This man went through some serious stuff trying to play that big old lizard. If you watch the video, it has an awesome narration where the narrator speaks about how Nakajima, basically, without being known and being almost anonymous since he was in a giant rubber suit, went through a lot to actually portray the character of Godzilla. He dealt with handling that suit, which was 220 pounds in 140-degree Fahrenheit temperatures. The man was a beast, but every man has his limits, and he would faint, they would have to hit him with water and resuscitate him at times because, man, that is not easy work to do. And Boss Coffee is honoring this. In this amazing promo, they have an actor that's playing him, which you really never see his face, and he's falling over, suffering from heat stroke and all this other stuff, but it comes together for something truly amazing. I'm gonna give you a quick sneak right here. I absolutely love this. The link for this will be in the description below. Make sure you watch this. It is so badass. Now, this of course coincides with the release of the more recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, this amazing promo goes hand in hand with another promotion where they're going to choose one lucky Japanese resident through social media and give them an absolutely legendary looking Godzilla jacket complete with spikes. This thing looks awesome. It almost looks like they repurposed part of the Godzilla suit and just put a zipper on the front and said, hey, you just wear it as a jacket. I want this! No, but this thing looks awesome, and it's also a really great way for them to honor the legend of Nakajima after he'd passed not terribly long ago. He didn't get to see this most recent Godzilla movie, though it was an American-made film this time, so hopefully we've done him proud. Also, it would seem that Universal's 4D Evangelion vs. Godzilla attraction finally got a preview video. Check it out. It looks pretty intense. It shows 3 Evangelion units going up against Shin Godzilla. If you knew anything about these two projects, you'll understand that Hideaki Anno is the father of Evangelion. He's also the writer and director of Shin Godzilla, so why not bring these two properties together and make something truly amazing? Can the Evangelion really stand a chance against him? I'm not sure, but hopefully there will be lots of fan service. I'm never going to do that again, I'm sorry. That being said, Godzilla dominated the Japanese box office this weekend. That's right, the killer kaiju came in at number 1. In this opening weekend, they made 677 million yen, which is more than 6 million US dollars. And that's just opening weekend. Now, if you include Friday with the opening weekend, it actually brings it up to more like 8.4 million US dollars, which is still pretty impressive for an American movie that got dubbed over to Japanese and released over there. In America, it made something like an estimate of $179 million in the opening weekend. Still not too shabby, especially for something as special as Godzilla. Not everybody's gonna go see that. But I will say, I saw Godzilla. Oh, and you better believe your boy wore his bag to the theater. Oh yeah. As lame as it may seem, I did wear my Godzilla bag to the theater, and I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters opening day in America. I saw it in IMAX, and I've got to say, I really liked it. There's Godzilla nerds out there that will trash any American-made Godzilla movie. That's just something I've come to accept over the years. A lot of people gave the prequel to this, Godzilla 2014, a lot of crap because there was not enough about Godzilla, and these new monsters weren't really that interesting, and there was too much focus on the people and all that. But that's just kind of what comes with making a Hollywood version of this movie. You have to take the good with the bad, and keeping that in mind, I think that this was a really good addition to the series. I absolutely fell in love with Mothra in this movie. She was so darn adorable. Rodan was really cocky and snarky and pretty cool in his own way, even though he was a pretty minor character. But damn, if they did not make King Ghidorah the most evil-looking monster that they could. He was a true rival for Godzilla in this movie, and damn if they did not fight it out. Now, obviously enough, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say there was a lot of action in this movie. A lot of times you'll get a 2-hour flick and 10 minutes of Godzilla. Not so much here. I think that there was a pretty good ratio of Godzilla versus all the stuff going on with human characters. I do still think they went a little hard on some of the human character stuff. The main character was really annoying and really dumb and corny, but that's not why I was there. I was there to see Godzilla show up for 15 minutes and fight against other monsters, and I got that. The fights were cool. I think that they could have done a little bit more epic stuff with the fights where, those moments that you just want to go back and rewatch again, but I will say that they were pretty fairly paced. You can't just have them going completely over the top and wrecking each other the whole movie because then it normalizes that action and it's no longer as fun because you're getting it too much. Though with all that, I will say that I absolutely loved this movie. One of the things that I will really like to point out is the music. It is amazing. The score is wonderful, and I'm actually probably going to buy it. But before I say too much, I'll just say I definitely recommend you go see this Godzilla movie in theaters before it's gone. And the last bad thing I will say about it is that one scientist with the gray hair and the glasses who thought he was really snarky and funny, I really wished he would have died because he was so damn annoying. He wasn't funny. All of his one-liners were incredibly forced. He was that guy at the party that makes 500 jokes, and because somebody laughs at one of them, he keeps making jokes. He wasn't funny. He was annoying as hell. Definitely go see it, though. I'd give it at least a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is still pretty good. I'm definitely going to buy it on Blu-ray. But with that, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, please leave it a like, or drop a comment and tell me what your favorite story was, or did you go see Godzilla? What did you think of it? Or do you want to go see it? Tell me about that below. If you want to watch any of the previous Weeaboo Wednesdays, there's a playlist right here, and hey, come on back next time, subscribe, because I make 3 videos a week, and one of those is always Weeaboo Wednesday, and we have Figure Fridays every Friday. And remember, they call you King Ghidorah? Well, what's a king to a god? Peace out.